Propagandies.
Wow.
Nothing but lies. And not there yet. Guys, we're live. What's going on? Casey, you can hear him. Now you can see him. Look at that.
Yay.
That's sad. This is the saddest yay ever.
Well, I was focusing on something else.
It was it.
I don't know.
See, exactly.
Lost it now.
You never had it to begin with, so I think we're okay. And I remember to hit record. Look at that. Talent. Today.
Oh, snap.
I know, right? Moving on up.
Look at you, man. You are getting professional.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Not really. I think it's just, I'll pretend.
make believe.
Yeah, that's right. My life is nothing but a video game that I keep goofing around on. I'm on all the side quests. That's what it is.
So would that make like money cheat codes then?
Yes.
Like the
That's
more money you have, the more you can cheat.
That's why my cheat codes aren't working so well. Yeah, if I had better cheat codes, you know, I think I'd go far. Maybe.
Maybe. Cheat codes get boring after a while, though.
You're not wrong.
Something to be said for that.
It's like playing the game on easy mode, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a point when you can't lose, it becomes dull.
Dull, yeah.
I just want unlimited ammo. We're working on that though. We got to know a guy.
Oh, I gotta send some stuff out.
So you know,
I gotta send Christian's coin out.
Oh yeah.
In the game Mass Effect, right? They talk about one of the Earth weapons that are developed using the new technology.
Yeah.
And it's basically the clip is just a solid block of metal
Yeah.
that the weapon just shaves and then launches using the zero element. So you can turn the gun up perpetually to like have the force of a nuclear weapon. You just have to be careful because, you know, the Isaac Newton thing. So if you can shoot a nuclear weapon, you also have to be able to hold on to it for the same force. It's pretty hefty science they put into that game to explain like how it works. Basically just shaves off metal from the clip and just launches the piece of metal that fast at whatever you're pointing it at. And that's how the guns work in that game.
Does the caliber change with it?
Yeah, I mean you can pick up bigger ones that shave off like bigger slugs.
So you can shoot bigger A-bombs.
Yeah, but essentially because of how it works with the element that they use, what's it called, the zero element.
Yeah.
They're basically like you could launch a piece of metal the size of a paint chip with the force of a nuclear explosion. You just have to be able to hold on to said weapon with the equal amount of the nuclear explosion coming the opposite way.
Well, I mean, I feel like if you're shooting it out, you should. It's not all that hard because we drop it from a plane most of the time.
Yeah, but you're not holding on. You're not holding on to 21 megatons in your hand.
You know, if I got the chance to write it down, maybe.
Kentucky Ballistics might.
Yeah. But they also talk about that one, like you'll walk through the space station and you'll hear a guy giving a lecture about Sir Isaac Newton. And he's like, you will wait for a firing solution for your weapon. You do not eyeball it. He's like, because when we fire these weapons in space, it is going to detonate over somebody somewhere at some time. You are going to ruin somebody's day.
I haven't played that game in forever.
I was like, you know what? The man's got a point. Like, at some point, certain directed weapons in space would really just keep going if it wasn't like a laser, right? Like,
yeah, if you
in
didn't
theory,
have
if you shot a missile off at someone and it didn't detonate after a certain distance, it would just keep going until it hit something.
yeah, because
We should just start sending nukes into the atmosphere and just out into space. Just be like, just let it go.
wasn't that the plan? Wasn't that the
Sounds like a
plan for
great idea.
Mars?
What do you mean?
Radiating Mars with nuclear weapons to create an atmosphere.
I mean, there's we could send bombs to kick up enough dust. In theory, that would create atmosphere.
Yeah, wasn't that a plan of
There's
what's the guy?
it's
The guy
a,
that owns
it's a, I
Tesla.
think it's a DARPA proposition originally. I don't think they wanted to use nukes. I think they just said that if we sent enough like explosives to settle up dust, in theory it would stay and make a dusty atmosphere.
His brother says you're ripping off Elon Musk.
Yeah, it was Musk that was
It was
talking about.
it is Elon Musk. Yeah,
He was talking about sending nukes out. That was his idea.
yeah.
I think
But,
DARPA was
but
the
I think
regular.
I think DARPA was the one who said if you did dust, and Elon Musk is like, let's
Theoretically.
use nukes. I'm like, where's Elon Musk gonna get nukes from?
Easy. We got a ton of them.
I'm still waiting for the what is it?
I mean, technically, there's a government license for it.
There is. Do you think he qualifies?
I don't know.
That's a scary thought.
I mean,
He's like, do you guys want to keep getting rockets?
That's true. Huh? They do have rockets.
let's
so
make a trade.
I'm still waiting for the Red Planet version to send the algae to
Oh, yeah.
make the atmosphere. That movie with Val Kilmer in it.
So I went to the candy dance.
I'm
Sun-
sorry.
Yeah, you
Oh,
heard me.
that started, didn't it?
Yeah, it's already over. It's
already
like a
over.
weekend thing.
Oh.
It starts on Friday, and ends on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But we went out there and walked around. I found two pictures, three. One of a bear in a bathtub for my mom because she collects bear stuff, and I thought it was funny. And the other thing was a bunch of little goats jumping around on a toilet playing with toilet paper that I got my dad. Because why not? He likes goats. He has a goat. I miss my goat.
These are strange gifts.
This is,
They're hilarious gifts.
are they like for the home?
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom likes the bear ones. It'll probably go in her bathroom.
I mean, my grandma collects pictures of barns,
See?
and I have no idea why.
She likes barns.
She lives in the mountains. As far as I know, she lived in Arkansas at one point. And they had like a barn, like a family farm
Then
kind of
she
deal.
misses the barn.
I guess, but she has like a whole. It's probably a 20-foot wall in her house
Of barns?
of just barn pictures.
Did
Okay.
Grandma have a shinery?
I don't know what that is. I don't know these farm terms.
To make moonshine.
I'm not talking about this on the air.
I mean, this is years ago.
Wouldn't it
She
just
can't
be a still?
Yeah.
it is a still. Thank you.
Yeah, but I call it a
A
shinery.
shinery.
That's right.
Those redneck. You got that shinery in the backyard?
We'll just move it for next time. Not going to risk it.
What happened? Oh, did you elbow?
No. I want this to be over here.
Oh,
I'm
I
figuring
gotcha.
out that my arm rests on this, and
Yeah,
this
yeah.
kind of almost spins on this table.
Careful.
I know, right?
Don't spill the hooch on the inks.
No, it'll be well.
Actually, you know what I'm
I'd
going
be
to do is
more
I'm going to
depressed
move
about
these
spilling it.
forward next time, and I'm going to take one of those little personal ashtrays and put it right there.
Ah, perfect.
That's going to be the answer.
I think I ordered both styles so we could test them
Okay.
just to see. And then I got two of the black cup holder ones, and I ordered another stainless steel one. So
Okay. What'd you get two of the black ones?
one black one for you, and then either Will or Kevin can have the other black one, and somebody
Okay.
can have the other stainless steel one. I figured balance
Sweet.
it out. I figured we'll let Will have a pick because it'll be his birthday gift.
Oh yeah. I saw a guy that makes figurines out of metal over there too, at the candy dance, and the thought of the tank popped up in my head, so I grabbed his business card.
Nice.
So I'm gonna see if he can't make it now.
You know, I'm.
Do you aspire to have a booth at the Candy Dance?
Yes. Listen, I'm getting all my stuff ready and together. I'm doing leather work now.
It's so hurtful.
I know, right? I feel like I have to justify myself. You're like judging me, Mr. Judgy over
I
there.
feel judged for you. This
Right?
just came off so mean. I was like, what? Wow.
Right?
All right, I have a question for you guys.
Hurtful.
All right, what do you got?
All right. If you have a laptop, right,
Yes.
and you hand someone this just may be me,
All right.
and you hand someone your laptop, and they immediately like push the screen back, how do you feel?
It-
Oh, like they adjust the screen.
Yeah.
like and put their hands all over it.
Yeah, and they open it up
To
because
the
it's
max.
apparently too hard. You just tilt it like this is too hard, so they're like,
I don't know. You handing me your laptop always kind of makes me iffy because you hand it with one hand like this, and I'm just like, that's light, yes, but
it doesn't weigh
it's
anything.
Fragile.
Well, I mean, Kevin does have bad luck, so really every time you do that, you're taking it.
That
the
is
laptop's
true.
life.
okay, but back to the question at hand.
I like when you're holding it to show them something, or
Yeah.
have them like take it from you and like look at it.
No. Like when there's something on the screen and you're holding it, you hand it off to them to like so they can look at it.
Oh, and they're just like, nah.
Yeah,
It's kind of annoying.
That is.
that annoys the shit out of me. Worse, I handed my laptop off to someone to show them something, and they did that. I was like, please don't do that. And they're like, what? I was like, don't adjust the screen on my laptop.
Yeah, good.
And they're like, why? And it was a her. And I go, because it's my laptop. And I put it where I want it. Yeah. Because it's my shit.
Yeah, I mean that's
Was the answer, you can adjust it back?
I feel like this is the same person that folds in somebody else's car mirror so they can get by it and doesn't fold it back.
Oh, I hate that.
I just rather people not touch the car in general.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's-
obviously
that's-
would, too.
That's preferred, but
Like,
yeah.
don't park that close then.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't park that close to you.
Listen, I the thing that bugs me about parking is I'll park directly in the middle of the lane. I have plenty of room on each side, and then somebody parks as close as possible to the line next to me.
How do you think I feel? I am a bigger dude. You
I
how
know,
hard
right?
it is to get in my car sometimes when some asshat's like, yes, that's good for the twig man to get into.
I
No,
thought-
but they fold the mirror in.
And then just leave it. And then
Yeah.
you look over at some point and you're like, motherfucker.
Now, conveniently, because I live in the mountains, I have an ice scraper in my car. So I can roll down the window and just.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah. You have to use the blade side and you got to catch the corner like on the frame.
Yeah, so you're
Pop-
not hitting the mirror.
I've actually had people see me do that. Yeah.
I just want you to do it when the car's next to you and just give them that smirk and drive away.
It is honestly, it's the one time I'm envious of the like automatic foldy in,
Oh, yeah,
foldy
yeah.
out ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I wish I had those because this is one of those times where that would be. Now I got to stop and
Well, now you know.
I
Carry
keep
your
the
ice scraper.
I keep the ice scraper in the backpack for some reason. I don't know why.
Didn't you have a cane for a while?
Yeah.
Put it in your car, then you can just push it open.
No, I don't need the cane anymore.
You don't-
Okay.
so-
I'd be healthy and can walk.
To fix your mirror, that's all you need.
I also got one of them grabber things. I could technically use that.
T-Rex. Unstoppable.
That's right.
Yeah, that bothered the shit out of me for some reason. I don't know what. People do it. My brother used to do it all the time on my laptop. Like, don't. You just tilt it back.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
mean,
why do you care? I'm like, because it's mine.
You
yeah,
don't want
I mean,
any-
if you're handing me it to like work on and I'm at a weird angle, is that okay? Like if I got to type something up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I would never hand my laptop to someone to work on.
Okay.
I'm just showing them designs or
Oh.
like menus or something.
Yeah, well then just tilt it because it's basically just a big phone at that point.
Oh, like,
Yeah.
Like, it's really just the screen. You don't need access to the like the rest of it. You can just be like, oh, okay,
basically
cool.
what you do with us, you hand us the screen and we look at it and go, yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
But
Yes.
I actually notice he just kind of hands it to you and he goes, look, no
Yeah.
touchy.
No touching my laptop.
No touching my laptop.
Listen, he one-handed off. Just like,
All right, so we're doing something different with the whiskeys tonight. We all have a sample of each whiskey on your table.
I know, it's almost like we're doing our old school reviews.
I know, I don't want to do it like it's not going to be 3 all the time, but if we have a new whiskey in here, I think we should all drink it.
And we brought in 3 because
This, for the record, will be my first taste of Weller 12. I've bought and given away
many Wellers.
Weller 12 specifically.
what, 5 times?
No, 4.
Oh, that means you have the rest of them at home. Got it.
What's that?
Well, another one's going to be given away
Okay.
because one more is going with my dad back to Oklahoma as a backup bottle.
When's Dad going?
Probably November.
Okay.
Is he bringing stuff back?
Don't know. Never know until it happens.
He is taking the RV though.
Can't.
No,
is-
no, he's
is
not
he?
taking the RV.
Oh, I was
Okay.
like, is he?
No.
I'm like, that usually means he's bringing stuff back.
No, he takes the truck when he brings.
Yeah, he
stuff
takes the
back.
truck.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he took the RV
If he
too.
takes the RV, stuff's definitely coming back.
I expect
That bitch will be loaded.
I expect the 50 in there.
All right, so I don't think he's got a 50. He's got a Lapua,
No, that's nice.
but no 50.
Is it a nice Lapua?
Casey's jealous. You can
Is it-
see it in his
Is
face.
it pretty?
Real quick. I've never seen it.
Okay.
What are the odds, given the source, that it's not a nice Lapua?
Fair.
Very low.
It's very fair.
I think like 0.05.
Does he shoot it on the property?
Yes, I believe he does.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with your dad next time.
I'm gonna see how
I mean,
that
it's not
works
a
on
massive
boars.
property, but it's got a bunch of hills and like a creek bed where he's got backstops, and it's like 80 acres.
I mean,
That's a pretty decent property.
Yeah.
I don't need 80 acres. I just need 1,000.
And you can get some fresh
meters.
you get some fresh bacon out there too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. See
Oh,
if
in
I
fact,
could
probably would. So, depending on the day, either he or his neighbor are popping at the wild boar population
That run across
that
there.
run between their two properties.
And they have their area sectioned off.
Yeah.
What's that cooking style in the ground?
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called.
Oh,
Do
they
they
do it
do-
in the Philippines and all that.
Do they do that at your uncle's property?
I don't think so.
I don't think they put banana leaves down there. They could do it like the Texas style when they did that brisket on
Yeah,
901
yeah. There you go. Yeah,
Lone Star.
I'll take that. Whatever that style is called, they should do that.
I mean, I think he's probably just giving it away.
Oh, that's fair. You get money? Can you sell more out there? Like, or
You probably
I don't know.
Some-
I think he's just giving it to people that he knows that will do something with it.
Oh, that's cool. At least it doesn't go to waste.
Yeah.
All right, so the whiskeys. So the Weller 12, obviously, a lot of people's least favorite Weller outside of Special Reserve, like of the upgraded stuff, because of the proof. So 90 proof, little low. We're gonna try it and find out. James E. Pepper, lower proof than I expected because people have said that it's a Stag competitor, like a Stag Junior competitor.
And it was what 105 point.
1055 or 1054.
Yeah.
And Stag's always in the high 120s and low 130s. And then I don't know anything about the pinhook. I've never had a pinhook though, I can tell you that.
Well,
In fact, I've never had any of those three.
I don't think any of us have. Well, I've had the pinhook already, but that was
Cheater.
last week. Listen, you cheat all the time.
I do.
The pinhook is a Minden Meat and Deli pick this time. It's a 9-year at 112 proof, if I remember right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on your boards, the Weller is number 1. Probably drink it first because the proof will get overshadowed by the others.
Yes.
The 1 is by the handle on your flight pad.
Thank you.
2 is James E. Pepper. 3 is pinhook. And I don't know. I know what he's smoking. Are you smoking a Gigante?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm probably going to smoke more later, and it's going to wreck me if I do that.
I mean, at least it's the Shady Moose and not the.
It is not the Shady Moose.
Isn't it?
No.
No.
This is the Bull Moose.
That's right. It is
Yeah.
the Bull Moose. That's right, because it's the
the
white
Bull
label.
Moose Gigante.
Gigante.
Dude, the nose on this Weller 12 is really good.
Yeah. I gotta look away. Fucking somebody left Jeopardy on over here. Love that
good.
shit.
That is good news.
So, I mean, there's, 12 years worth of oak in it. Anyway. So we have a vice presidential debate tomorrow.
I saw that.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. I have no idea how that's going to go.
A bunch of bickering back and forth.
I mean, Vance has been on stage a lot. And he's generally considered a reasonably talented debater. First taste, what do you think?
You get the oak, and it's smooth.
I mean, the nose is like oak and caramel and like a stewed apple.
I can see the caramel as an undertone. I'm not getting the stewed apple.
Really?
You don't get the like bright fruit
No,
notes?
on here, yeah, but like on palate.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
It's not as bright as a lot of the Buffalo Trace stuff. A lot of the Buffalo Trace stuff, though.
It's bright on the nose, but not the
Really?
palate.
I don't get it on the nose. I get a little bit more, like it's baked off a little bit.
Like fresh baked.
Yeah, like apple pie baked,
Okay.
but minus the spices, like the cinnamon and the nutmeg.
It's just like the apple that's been baked.
Oh. Oh, that's
Is
good.
this a weeder that holds up to cigars?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That might beat the reserve.
There is a taste in the back, but it dissipates immediately.
That's- wow.
Yeah, the finish is short.
Do not give George any of this.
Well, I mean, that's my bottle.
Yeah,
Okay.
he bought that.
Wow.
He can have this one apparently.
It is like you notice without the proof, the viscosity is pretty low.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the finish is pretty short.
Yeah.
It's not as round as you would want. Like this, like the 12-year. I mean, this is, you're talking about WOW territory, but the 12-year at like 120 proof,
I think that'd be good.
that'd be really good.
Because this one, like you said, the finish isn't there. It's quick. It's not too bad though. So somebody beginner wanting to get a 12-year, this would work.
There is a
yeah.
little bit of spice on the back of the tongue,
Yeah.
on the palate. That's nice. Like it's pretty well balanced. I don't know. I don't understand what people have against this. Maybe they don't think they should be paying $250 for it
Because it's
on secondary
yeah.
for what it is.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
I mean, that's a fair concern.
I mean, you lose a lot of that proof in the aging though, right? So
No.
they didn't add to it.
No, well, it depends. You lose some. You're not going to lose enough to get it down to 90.
Okay.
I mean, I think Weller Full Proof's only 112 or 114.
Okay.
So they're not putting it in the barrel at super high proof anyway. So I mean, a lot of this was in the barrel. It's not like a bunch of distilled. It's not like they put it in at 125 and then proofed it down to 90.
Right.
So is there a barrel strength version?
Yeah, the Blue Label. Have you not had that? Have you not had the full proof?
I have not.
I think Schmody still has a bottle open. See if he can bring some in.
I think I've just had
Full proof is phenomenal.
okay. I've just had the reserve, and then now I've had this.
Full proof is phenomenal. I want a bottle of the antique. I actually found someone today who said he would trade me a bottle of the antique. He was like, if you have, this is what he said. He goes, if you have something interesting, maybe we can work something out. It's like, oh, I think I can manage something.
Define interesting.
Yeah.
Now, how interesting do you want to be, and let him know how interesting you
This
are?
is the thing. I was like, I've got a lot of bourbon. I'm sure I can find something that's interesting to you. Like I was pretty understated about it, but I'm sure.
Excellent.
I just don't want you to have to be too extra on that. We know what you got for the
Lane's
most
just like-
part.
No, I'll make a good deal.
Lane just all execute order 66. Excellent.
How did I just become a combination of the Emperor and Mr. Burns?
Yeah, he went
Isn't the
Mr.
Emperor
Burns and
Mr.
Emperor.
Burns all
No.
the time?
Yeah.
I mean, if Mr. Burns could get any more evil, he would be the Emperor. So.
Hey, you're not wrong.
I mean, that's
If Mr. Burns could use the Force, he would be the Emperor.
if you gave Mr. Burns Force Lightning, he is definitely the Emperor. Like, this was hands down.
There was an episode where they drugged him up and turned him into like this really happy guy. You remember that one?
Yeah, he was super nice for an episode.
He was like an
Yes.
alien almost.
Yeah. You're like,
Oh, I remember that. That was
Yeah.
kooky as shit. So, what would you guys score this, Weller?
You know what? I'd probably score it low 80s. I mean,
was-
I think
was
it's
about to
really
say,
good.
Yeah, it's not. It's
The
not
proof, if it was
proofy
higher,
enough
it'd be great.
for Kev, so it's low. For me, it's a 90.
But like an entry level, like if you're not big into whiskeys and you want to get like
Well, this
a
is-
12-year.
This is why I send
yeah.
it back with my dad to drink with my uncle.
oh, because it's perfect.
Because
Yeah.
they're kind of low proof guys, ton of flavor, but nothing that's going to kick them in the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sending them back with a stag because that'd be stupid.
Well, yeah, it's 137 proof, and you're not trying to hurt your uncle.
Yeah.
one drink of that. And,
Yeah, I mean, it's either the Weller or, honestly, that Caribou Crossing would have been good too.
yeah.
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 Well, they had the Weller last time, so I might send them back with both.
There you go.
My uncle doesn't drink that much. That'll probably be the last bottles I need to send him for 6 months, 8 months.
True.
Probably longer.
But I want them to drink good stuff when they're back there.
Yeah.
Good stuff being stuff that they'll enjoy, not stuff that I think is good. That
I mean,
they'll say they liked it, but it's proofy and gnarly and.
yeah. My dad doesn't like most of that either. When it's,
He's also got one of those Rayleigh's picks, that E.H. Taylor single barrel back there that I sent him.
oh, nice. Is Dad going to stop at Pinky's?
He usually does. Although they haven't been doing many barrel picks lately.
No, that's sad.
Yeah, they've been quiet.
That
They
is
need
a
to quit
shame.
being quiet. They need to figure this out. We need another brain pick.
So I haven't tried the pepper, but I smelled it. And I can see why they say it's a stag competitor. There's a little bit more like corn youth on it that you get from a stag, but there's definitely hints of the stag notes.
Okay.
Kevin's gonna be like, "Nope, you're lying."
No.
False.
I could see where where you say it.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying there, right?
Yeah, but it's more it's like an understated note. Of
Yeah, it's not as
stag.
bold as the stag,
Yeah.
and it's not going to be as round or as sweet because the proof is just so much lower.
What did we say
yeah.
the proof? 104?
105.4.
105.4, yeah.
Oh, 5.
But it has that note that I really like. It really does.
That is
I'm trying to spin my whiskey with my left hand. This is precarious. What do you think?
On the first part of it, really nice. Smooth at the front, almost like a buttery tone.
Yeah, I mean, I get that on the palate, like a sweetened butter.
Yeah, and then as it goes down the back, spices start coming out a little bit, and then it might be the cigar, but there's an off note.
Yeah?
Yeah, towards the back of my palate as it crests.
I mean, I get a sharp note.
Yeah,
I think that's the youth in it.
that's probably what it is.
Because you don't taste the youth. I think it's just that last finish. That's really good, though.
Oh yeah,
That's
I like that a lot.
I mean,
wow.
I would say it's pretty close, but I wouldn't put it as a contender. But I put it a runner-up.
It's
for
in the
sure.
conversation.
Yeah,
I would say if you had a stag drought going.
Like if I could
Yes.
find this, if this is available and the stag's not, this could be a daily drinker for me because it has the
Yeah.
flavors that I want. Like that's the flavor profile I want. It's not quite as refined as the stag or as bold as the stag, but it's the flavors that I want for sure. This is really good.
yeah,
yeah. I set it down for a second, and
That's
I'm like, nah, I
actually-
can't set that down.
that's pretty tasty.
Right?
I like that. No, I think that 105 is like the perfect proof, right in that area. 105, 110
I like that a lot.
Oh, for this,
for proof.
I'm gonna save it. I'm
In
gonna
gen-
put it
just in
down
general, I think
Proof in
and
general.
try it after that pinhook.
I really like. You know what? I
So
like
I was
high
thinking
proof,
about this stupid election, right?
of course,
How can you not?
I know.
it's everywhere.
Because people do, as people do.
You know,
Commercials
YouTube.
on all the time.
And I was listening to talk about the economy. So you guys know, like I've been reading that book on modern monetary theory, and there's
Yes.
some parts of it I really like. But so I heard this random Harris commercial, and obviously I think she's disingenuous trash.
Yes,
I think Trump very likely is genuine trash.
yes.
I don't know, which do you vote for? Unknown. However,
Listen, we bash on both sides.
but they were talking about tax cuts and this and that, and tax cuts for the middle and tax cuts for everyone, and how they're going to spend money. And there's a truth in there that's unspoken, is that they're both going to be massive deficit spenders.
yes,
Yeah.
Like they talk about responsible spending in the economy, and neither of them are going to do it. They're both going to cut taxes, just on different people. They're both going to outspend the shit of the budget. Like, neither of them are going to accomplish anything.
that is a fair point.
As soon as you started saying that, the Trump Biden economics commercial came on.
Listen, I think I would be surprised if Vance loses this debate. I can see it being mostly even,
Yeah.
or I can see it being Waltz getting trounced.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
I think Vance's goal should be to come out and prove that he is the more level-headed.
Well, Vance is going to come out like a lawyer. He's going to talk about policy and nuance. It's going to be boring as shit. And Waltz is going to come out and try and look like the man's man because Harris is bleeding the male vote like every day. Just put that anywhere.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, every
I
day.
will.
She's just hemorrhaging
Oh yeah.
the votes of men.
But she's hemorrhaging a lot of votes, not just the votes of men. Isn't she hemorrhaging a lot of the
Well, they
black
just had another.
voters and
They
all
just
that
had
too?
another poll in Pennsylvania where she was leading by 0.5 point at one point, and now she's down 2.5 points in Pennsylvania. She might have peaked. Like she might have. This might have been the run. She peaked and she's on the decline, and she just has to manage the decline as best as possible to try and keep herself in the race. I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously not voting for her. I don't know that I'm voting for Trump either. Like, I have no problem not voting for president because, you know, to me, it's putting my name to a candidate, and there's meaning in that. But I'm definitely not voting for Harris. I don't think she's genuine. I think she's a fucking sailboat.
May I suggest the Riker Picard candidates?
Yes, you may.
That's a good. I think that's a good one.
Picard Riker.
Either one.
I'll vote for you.
All right.
See, this is more. Is this MGP? Do you have any idea?
No, I don't.
Like, it's very much rare character light.
And I thought it was a rare character product, but I'm not sure. Let's see.
It's got some fruit, a little bit of that apple, but it's also got a little bit of that like Heaven Hill, Jim Beam.
Cattle Key, Frankfort, Kentucky. It was bottled by Cattle Key and Key.
So it's sourced. So it's probably MGP. It smells like MGP.
Yeah.
Like there's fruit in there, but there's also a little bit of that Heaven Hill, like Jim Beam, more savory note, like that bright savory note that they get that, you know, kind of peanut, kind of youth.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nice. It's not quite dark enough for me. And I don't mean the color. Like the notes aren't quite dark enough for the flavor profile I like, but it's obviously quality product. It's very good.
Oh yeah. I think it's got that.
Oh, that's very much rare character.
Yeah, that's rare character.
I mean, it's not rare character, but that's the flavor profile of it. Like you could mistake that for a rare character all day long.
Rare character light.
I told you I saw that. I tried that other one.
The maple?
Yeah.
Dude, I've had so many bad maple finished bourbons that I'm so hesitant.
Well, like I said, this one, it didn't have that much of a flavor of syrup, but it had that aftertaste like you did just get done eating some waffles.
The real question is it Vermont maple or Canadian maple?
Or New Hampshire maple.
I'd have
Or
to,
New Hampshire?
I'd have a look. I'm not 100% sure.
It's what's new.
And the goggles? Does that include the goggles? I mean, I'd rather drink like a maple finish than a honey finish. For whatever reason, honey finish turns me off. I don't like it.
I don't. You know, it's almost too sweet. Honey finish. I think comes off like sickly sweet.
I'm gonna finish both those. The pepper's better. I'm sorry. It just is.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, the Weller's the best. I think.
It's really close for me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's. I mean, you're a stag man, so.
It's really close for me.
See, you're
only
a stag.
because it's the flavor profile I want. I think the Weller's a better whiskey
Yeah.
generally, but that pepper is exactly the flavor profile that I'm looking for.
Yeah, and you're a stag guy, so is Kevin. So, and then I'm a Weller guy. So clearly we know where
Yeah.
we lie here.
I mean, I had Weller Foolproof in here and Stag on New Year's, and everyone was drinking the Weller but me, and I was drinking the Stag, and I had some of the Weller, but Schmody was like, "Don't you want to drink the Weller?" I'm like, "Nope, I'm gonna drink that one."
I'm gonna drink all of that.
Listen, the stag is just so good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to nurse my second bottle because I don't have another one after this, and I don't think Kevin has
Hey.
any more because you took the last of them.
Pick up one of these peppers.
Maybe.
Dude, Rayleigh's $65. They had 2 more bottles on the shelf.
No, nice.
That was not this Rayleigh's, right?
Up here, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they have it at the other
I'm
ones?
hope the pepper's supposed to be findable though.
Okay.
It's not an allocated bottle. I'm hoping it's, maybe not around all the time, but every 3 weeks or so you see it for a week or two.
Okay,
Does your Rayleigh's have a good selection of booze?
they're not bad. They have quite a selection of their.
That's where we
barrel
got
proofs and
the-
everything.
Sweet wheat from the
Yeah.
1792 sweet wheat,
Because I wonder. I mean,
which I still haven't opened and tried. I gave away 2 of the bottles. I have 1 left.
I have 2 bottles. I have 1 open and 1 unopened still. Do you want me to bring the open up,
That would be fantastic.
and then we can pour a sample as well?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
We're starting. Listen, we're gonna start putting weeders in the sample box
might as well.
Yeah,
because some weeders, that Rebel 10, this Weller, obviously.
Yeah, the well. I mean, it was like Weller.
Some weeders stand up to cigars, and some that Bardstown stood up to cigars.
And we're
Some
always
really
surprised.
don't.
we're always surprised when it does.
Dude, that's not even Jeopardy. That's Wheel of Fortune.
No, I know, but it's not Pat Sajak. It's Ryan Seacrest.
I thought he retired.
I thought he wasn't gonna. I'm just really confused.
I thought he retired like 3 months ago.
Did he really?
I think so.
I'm
this
out
might
of
be
the
an
loop.
old episode then.
So out of the loop. You can't
Anyway.
have Wheel of Fortune without Pat Sajak.
Yeah, I have a like this election is bothering me, dude. Like just listening to them. Like Trump is saying dumb shit, but at least it's honest. Harris is just trying to hit the feels, but she's just lying.
Well, we always know he's saying dumb shit. That's usually his go-to.
He's like, I'm gonna put goats on the moon. We're gonna have moon cheese. And you're like, you, sir, are a moron.
Oh hell yeah! Let's get some moon cheese.
Well, wait, don't. What do you? Whoa. What do you have against the moon cheese now? Hang on now.
Get some cows
I
up
just
there, some goats.
tell me that's something that you would doubt could come out of his mouth.
No.
Well, if Elon was vice president, like maybe I would be like, I'm 100% for this.
That's a vote for Elon right
Yeah,
there.
I
if you
mean,
can make
I'm
moon
voting
cheese.
for. I'm not voting for the person. I'm voting for the moon cheese. Hang on, now. I got my priorities straight. And I'd be pissed if the moon cheese didn't happen in 4 years. Well, where the fuck's my moon cheese, bro? Kennedy got us to the moon.
That's right. That stock's
Like, come
gonna
on,
drop.
Yeah, where's my moon cheese?
And before anyone's like, why not cows? Too heavy.
You could fit more goats on a ship than
And
you can.
let's be fair. Goat cheese is a much more refined product.
You're not wrong.
Have you even ever had goat cheese?
I feel like I've had goat cheese.
Yeah.
You know who I am? That seems like a bougie thing. I'm sure I've had goat cheese.
I'll call my buddy in Wisconsin and we'll see if we can't get some goat cheese.
Wisconsin? All
Yeah.
right. Well, that's real cheese.
Yeah. He used to bring in.
Oh, you can't shoot that.
No.
The pinhook. That last little sip I threw down pretty fast. And I got that like Jameson aftershot.
That hits the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Like sweet dirty foot.
Let's say
Yeah. Thank you for telling me that.
that's good consumer advice. We're doing proper consumer advice right now. Look out.
I will say that that's a 12-year, right? That
The Weller?
1792.
Yes. The age 12 years.
Yeah, so I let I kept pouring it for myself that one day, and my dad kept drinking it.
Yeah.
The problem was he kept shooting it like it was a shot,
Oh.
and I'm like, "Will you taste it? Will you just like try it the regular way?"
You know what? Honestly, like if I had get-togethers, which I don't because, me and people.
Yeah.
But if I had get-togethers, I would have one table on one side of the room with shot glasses and the appropriate shooting alcohol.
Yes.
And I would have one table on the other side of the room with not shot glasses.
Would you put a little sign?
Shots only.
Yeah,
Only for like
the
don't
shot
shoot
table.
this.
Refined palate,
Yeah.
country bumpkin.
I do both.
There's the frat table. This is the refined gentleman's table.
I'm gonna be honest, when like on the rare occasion at this point that I find myself in a group taking shots, I still just default to Jameson.
See, look, Jameson works.
I mean, it really is the go-to. I'm gonna like people are like, let's do shots. You're like, all right, just give me Jameson. Then I'm not doing Jack.
Yeah. People start throwing out things and I'm like, Jameson.
Just Jameson's
Just
fine.
give me that. We'll do Fireball in here.
No, there's Christian. Look at that.
Oh,
Hey.
welcome, Christian.
I told my wife about the Reverend Jenkins.
Yeah, Rev Jenkins.
She kept saying pasture, pasture.
Pastor.
I keep trying to say pasture. But she kept saying pastor, and it kept confusing me. And I'm like, yes, Pastor Jake. I'm like, that is not right. It's Reverend.
Yeah,
Dude,
Reverend.
some of your names in the POS terminal for the cigars are hilarious
Why?
because they're not right.
Which one? Like which one?
Like the Oliva Baptistry.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yes, I know.
You misspelled that on
No,
purpose?
no,
or?
it's because the Apple decides to fight me with its autocorrect, and it didn't want to take Baptiste, so it did Baptistry, and I'm like, you know what?
Fuck it.
I'm not even gonna
It's
fight
a
you.
Booker's event, is what he just said. Evening. My bad.
Which Bookers?
Oh, yeah. Do you have the new one? Well, now they've got 24-3 out. I just saw 24-2 for the first time.
Or the Little Book? Is there a new Little Book yet?
Yeah, that kid, dude, it was the rye heavy one that everyone snatched up super quick.
I wonder if I
The
have
Road
that
Not
one.
Taken was Little Book 8.
Oh, okay.
I think I have the Dash 2.
Did you buy the Dash 2? Kevin had one. Kevin still has one on the
Yeah, I'm pretty
wall.
sure I took that one.
Yeah?
Well, he still has the one on the wall, but he had two, and I took that one of them. I'm pretty sure.
I haven't tried the Dash 2 yet. I almost bought it from somewhere, and I bought something else instead.
See, look, I'm not an alcoholic. I can speak proper now. Look at that.
You're an alcoholic.
No, I'm not.
Why do you try to fight this every week?
I have to.
Accept it.
I keep telling you, it's Army.
Just accept
It's
it.
not an
What do you think
alcohol.
of 24-1, Christian? I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was better than all but one of the 23s.
So how does that work? 24-1-2-3.
It's just the number release it is. So they do Booker's usually does 4 releases a year. So there's 23, or
Okay.
this year is 24-1, 24-2, 24-3, and 24-4.
Okay, so I thought it was like the month that it came out.
No, and we won't see 24-4 until early 25 in this market.
No, that's sad.
Yeah,
Unless Kevin can sneak it somehow.
Well, he doesn't have 3 yet, much less 4, and it's already October.
True. I wonder if he's going to get 3 in.
Probably.
It just takes a little while, right?
Yeah, I'm curious how 2 is. You got to tell me.
If I do have it, I'll bring it in because I think I have it. I'm pretty sure I do. Not 100% sure, though.
There's still 24-1s floating around. The Rayleigh's and Galena's got a couple. Where did I see the 24-2 that wasn't Kevin's place? I don't know.
Was it Rayleigh's?
Rayleigh's.
No, they have a couple Bookers, but I think that's Dash 1 still.
I bet to say Rayleigh's is usually the go-to at this point.
Or Total Wine, maybe.
I like this a lot.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Total Wine.
No.
Total Wine's been falling off. Although they signed a bunch of new contracts in Nevada. They're supposed to get a bunch of cool shit. We'll see.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah.
How do you find out about all this? I'm pretty sure I've asked you that before.
I
but
talk to people. I talk to people at the stores.
I try to, but most of them aren't around. Every once in a while,
They get cagey. You got to see them 3 or 4 times before you actually approach them. Unless you're like, a proper whiskey tuber, and then they know who you are.
well, the one down there at the Rayleigh's down there has finally started warming up to me. So I'll ask him if he has anything new in the back, and sometimes he does. Very rare though.
Yeah.
But you got the Galena guy.
Oh, he's gotten cagey lately.
I still got to go up there and check out the.
Yeah, he's gotten cagey.
Interesting. Wonder if their allocations are getting light.
I don't know. I think he might have had some of his power sapped from him.
So
That'll
yeah,
happen. That will happen.
I mean he has the better picks than most of the.
His picks are good. He's got a good palate for his picks.
Yeah.
And he actually gets to do his picks.
Yeah, because most of the Rayleigh's ones aren't all that great.
Well, most of them are just corporate picks. They're
Yeah.
just sending them out. But and you'll see even at his store, he's got some of the Rayleigh's corporate picks, but he's also got picks just for his store.
I still got to stop by that store. I still haven't.
The Galena.
Yeah,
It's so nice.
I believe
It's a
it
good
is.
store.
It's really nice.
It's that first one as you get into Reno.
Yeah, it's by that shell
Yeah.
up on that Mount Rose entrance or whatever.
Yeah, it's on Mount Rose Highway.
Yeah.
I don't have the most educated palette yet, but it reminds me of Architect I can't
Penelope?
see it. Yeah, Penelope.
Architect.
This the stupid heart on the tablet. I wish that thing would go away.
I know, right?
Or they move it up there by the scissors.
Yeah,
or
I wish
whatever.
it was movable. That would be nice.
So what I would say to look for in the Bookers, you're going to get a decent amount of spice in the structure. It'll show up on the back of the tongue. You're probably going to get some peanut. And the question then, is it going to be like honey roasted peanut, bar peanut, or like, raw peanut, which is the worst. Like raw peanut's the one you don't want. There's a lot of people out there that like nutty whiskey, but like raw peanut just has a sour flavor to it. And that's when,
Yeah.
not very often, but occasionally, you'll get a Booker's that went wrong. And you'll get this sort of like sour green peanut flavor, just not very good.
Doesn't sound good.
No, it's not. Heaven Hill has very similar flavor profile to Jim Beam.
I was about to say one of your buddies making faces at you.
I don't think I know that person. I think they were just being that person to a podcast.
Yeah. The bird's okay, right?
I was supposed to tell you Eric stopped by.
Short?
Yes.
Mahan?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's back. He works at the Nugget now.
What's he doing at the Nugget?
He's a security supervisor.
Good God.
Yes.
I mean, he managed to make it supervisor here at one point.
Yes.
Is he still hanging out with the one chick?
I don't know.
Wasn't that the guy? Didn't he come up for the one girl?
Yes.
Who was that?
No, that was the other guy.
Oh, that was your other buddy.
That was your other friend with the dogs.
Oh, that Mark.
Yeah, it was Mark.
Marky Mark.
So yeah, Eric, he stopped by. He said if you want a surveillance gig, they need a tech over
Fuck
there.
that noise. I love my job.
I didn't tell him that, but I was like, I'll tell Kevin when I see him. And
I
I just remembered to tell you.
Listen, I'm at the point where I enjoy my job, even though politics are getting horrible in it right now.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it because I'm
Dude,
bettering
what are the
youth.
politics where you work?
Don't put him on the spot like that.
I just did.
You
He
do.
unabashedly does it to the two of us
That's not true.
all the time.
Oh, yeah?
That's
How?
legit, actually. That's
How?
fair.
See, this is okay. For the record, this is a fallacy. Cite the one instance where you've done it.
No, I want you to cite
you
multiple.
call out private shit all the time.
Do
and
I?
then someone will be like, me specifically. No, I'm not going to talk about the podcast. Do it. What was it?
On what? I'm trying to figure it out. Like I'm actually trying to think about that. I'm like I don't think I bring anything up.
I mean, it's happened with when I was talking about coworkers. It's happened when I was talking about firearms. It's happened when I was talking about people that I almost fought in the street.
well, that's different. That's the street. I'll talk about fights all
Although,
day.
In fairness, usually your fight stories are pretty good.
And really, it's not
mean-
even a fight. It's you choking somebody out, them falling asleep, and you going, "Wake up, little guy."
There is a reason we do suggest that a film crew follow you 24/7.
I did at one point, many, many years ago, when I was a door guy. There was a guy standing in front of me, and I was particularly arrogant at that moment. And he was like, I'm going to fuck you up. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen.
Wait, what's he mean by I'm all RFK?
RFK.
RFK,
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
the politician.
No,
Libertarian Kev.
no.
Kev, the Libertarian Rev. That's terrible. That doesn't work.
Yeah, you're
Reverend Jenkins.
Stay away from the name game. That's his job.
Yeah.
Like it just happens, okay? I can't force it.
Listen, so the politics in there right now. Apparently, one guy says that he's talked to the director of the camp finally, and he likes the direction that she's trying to go. She still hasn't talked to me.
Oh, you mean specifically for the camp?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like people discussing the election at work.
No. If that was the case, we stay away from that.
Workplace politics, not actual politics.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah. That's the thing. It is dumb.
unexciting.
Like,
Wait, so I'm standing in front of this dude, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. He's like, well, why the fuck not? I'm like, you're gonna throw a punch. It's gonna miss. I'm gonna spin you around. I'm gonna choke you the fuck out. And you're gonna wake up about 15 seconds later with a really bad headache.
but well rested.
And he's like, that's not gonna fucking happen. And I went, and I slapped him on the face a couple times. I was like, wake up. And he's like, why does my head hurt? I'm like, I don't know.
I told you what was going to happen.
Do you just always feel like Captain Kirk from 2009 Star Trek? Obviously, you can't count. There's 5 of us. One of you. Well, then get 2 more guys. That'll be a fair fight.
Listen, I still like the one where you drug that guy out down the stairs, holding him in a headlock. It didn't even realize he passed out.
No,
No, that dude was- so-
squeezed.
There was 2 guys, right?
So the first guy I ever choked out, I had him in a headlock in my second arm, but I had another guy over here, and I only had him by the wrist, and he was trying to hit me with his other hand. So I'm holding this guy in a headlock with this hand, and I'm bending his arm so that he can't hit me. Like every time he tries to throw a punch, I bend him over so he can't reach me. And I'm just fucking with. I'm amazed I didn't break this guy's wrist. I'm just fucking with this guy's arm, while this other dude's over here. So this guy, like another door guy, because there's nothing I can really do with this guy. I was just like bend his wrist and make him hurt. But if he wants to keep going, I can't stop him, right? So
Until you break
another
those.
door guy shows up and grabs that dude. And just as he grabs this dude, this guy, what I thought, was starting to fight. And I was like, oh, turns out he wasn't so much trying to fight as he was taking his last gasp of air. And now I've got this other free hand, and I go over to start doing work, and I realize that I am holding his entire body weight.
Then you let go.
And I set him down on the ground, and I slapped him in the face a couple times. I was like, don't be dead. And he wakes up. I was like, sweet. So that was the first time I ever choked somebody out.
Mind you, the blood loss to the brain was pretty severe. He didn't recover.
It's fine. He only had 2 brain cells anyway. It's fine.
Now he's
The
down to
dude
1.
that I dragged out that I didn't realize was unconscious, I dragged him out in a bear hug. So he was looking the same way as I was. And I'd had him, like he went to hit somebody, and I just reached in behind him, clasped my hands together, and rotated my elbows in and lifted and carried him out that way because he was taller than I was. And there wasn't much I could do.
So you were squeezing his solar plexus.
And I walked him. Our bar was really long and skinny. Like, it wasn't that skinny, but compared to its length, it was. So I walked him out, and I went to, drop him, and he just collapses on this car hood. And now there's a line of people waiting to get in the bar. So he collapses on the car hood, and I hear, is that guy unconscious? I'm like, no, he's just really drunk. And I'm, slapping him, and he fucking, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, nothing, man, you're fine. You can't come back in, though.
You just adjust yourself, and you're like, no ticket.
Here's Christian's comment: lane bending people over.
Yeah, right? Oh, dude, being a door guy at 22 and big enough to actually, have fun with it is a good time.
See, I wasn't big enough to
So
do that.
are you on the Point Break era of your life now?
The Patrick Swayze Point Break?
You're the
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've evolved to the last part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
So no longer Roadhouse.
Yeah, no, he's definitely. Every time you tell stories from the bar, I just think Roadhouse.
I mean, that's what it felt like.
I'm like, I know
It
what-
really did.
You're the reason they made that movie.
Dude, the shit that we got away with, no chance today. With as many cameras exist and video, no chance.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, everybody's
Absolutely
got a
none.
phone.
Oh yeah.
We all, at the very least, we all would have been fired.
Yeah. Oh my God, you can't do that. You're on film.
Step 1, fire everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I found that I was watching yesterday that I find really hilarious for some reason, and it's people who clearly just go to places to get video for stupid shit. Like I was watching this video and this guy didn't want to sign in to go inside a public records building, and he's like, "I don't have to give you my identity. That violates my Fourth Amendment rights."
Oh, I saw that. I saw.
And I'm like, bro, just sign your name, bro. Like, why is that a problem?
I mean, there's a fair argument made there because it's a public building where you must go to access public records.
Right.
There's a fair argument to make that he's accurate.
But
Now, is he just being a pain in the fucking ass? Yes.
so I've seen similar videos, except for he walks into a police department and wouldn't identify himself, doing the same thing, camera out, saying he won't give his ID.
Well, and I guess a police department is a public building, right?
Yeah, so I figured that's probably the same.
Okay.
Yeah, again,
Yeah,
in service of the public.
like, yeah. I mean, I understand that there's
Like a private business, sign your name to come in. I don't want to sign my name. Don't come in.
because it's private.
Yes.
They have the right to do.
But if it's something where they have information that is necessarily accessible by the public, there's a fair argument to be made there.
okay, that's fair, I suppose. There was another one, and the dude was like crossing the border,
Yeah.
and he has his window like barely cracked, and he's like, "I'm a U.S. citizen," and the guy was like, "I'm sorry, what was that?" He's like, "Can you roll your window down?" And he's like, "Are you a U.S. citizen?" He's like, "I'm not going to repeat myself," and I'm like,
It's just people trying to get fucking clicks.
I mean,
"Yeah, that's really." I feel. I'm like,
at that point, just
are
turn
these
away.
people real? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I'm like, you can't just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't hear me." Yes, I'm a U.S. citizen, and it's like a 4-minute long video of this guy just getting held at customs because he's not gonna say he's a U.S.
Yeah.
citizen. I'm like, dude,
You're proving you're.
I'm a sovereign citizen. You're going to be a sovereign citizen in jail.
yeah, you're going to sit at the border.
I feel like if you're coming in and you're saying you're a U.S. citizen, you should probably at least prove it. That would make sense.
He didn't have to like show ID or anything. It was simply just, "Are you U.S.?" I was like, this border is really easy to cross. I'm like, all they do is ask the question. Wait a minute.
Hey, relevant to, random legal discussions.
yes.
The Supreme Court is back in session next week.
Ooh.
I get more oral arguments to listen to.
Anything fun coming up on the
Yes,
docket?
Christian, oral arguments.
After betting dudes over.
Oral. Oh, that's funny.
That's right. This is a big night.
Yeah, we
for
get
him.
a 2A case right off the bat
Yes.
on
Ooh.
Tuesday.
Is it a good one?
It's the frames and receivers case.
Ooh.
Vanderstock v. Garland.
Was it the one you had me print out that?
Yes, that's what I was reading. That was the reply brief.
Oh, okay. Is it promising?
Yes.
Good.
That one stands a fairly solid chance on the 2A side of surviving the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Ooh.
I also think so now there's an actual assault weapons ban.
Christian says, "I didn't say it. You did."
I know, I was beating her to the punch on purpose.
Okay, there's an actual.
It's like the first half of a rusty trombone.
Do you want to know how that ends?
I'm not gonna take the bait. I know what you're doing. I'm not going there. Nope.
I'm like, do you want to know how it ends?
I was like, no, don't do it.
Do you know what a rusty trombone is?
Just punch that door open. I'm not walking through it. That's,
Yeah.
So-
that's-
We can go over a Metal Dan again.
Yeah, so we have an actual assault slash mag capacity case on the merits for certiorari.
Where's it out of?
It's out of Maryland.
Okay.
It'll go to the Supreme Court conference probably next Friday or the Friday after. So they conference on Fridays. That's when they vote to actually hear a case or not. It only needs 4 votes. I don't know who the judge was. I haven't read any of the decision. I don't know if the decision's any good. They could conceivably wait for the one that's going to come out of California, out of the Ninth Circuit, because it's Benitez, who writes incredibly thorough decisions. Like, that's the one I would want. That's probably the one that Thomas wants. But
They don't group them
I
together.
think he'll take whatever.
whatever you can get.
No, they group them together if they come in at the same time, if they're out of the same circuit, if they share issues. But if they're staggered, what they'll do is they'll decide on one and then GVR the rest when they
Okay.
come up. If they don't figure it out, if the circuit courts don't figure it out themselves.
Unless it's more detailed too.
Well, if there's a separate issue,
Okay.
they might take it. If it's an issue that wasn't on the merits in the case they got, they might take it for that single issue. Because the other thing, they don't have to decide the entire case they get. Like, they might get a case that's got 7 or 8 issues in it, and the Supreme Court can say, we're taking this case for this one issue only. Everything else is irrelevant.
Interesting.
Anything else coming out of there?
The Supreme Court?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at what's on the agenda. They're going to get a bunch of stuff that no one's interested in. They're going to get a bunch of internal governance stuff for businesses. I don't think they've got any monopoly stuff, which is going to come up soon. That's going to be interesting.
Do they take a break during the summer? Is
yes.
That, okay.
Why?
So they break usually end of June, beginning of July. This year was July. And they come back the first Monday in October.
But what kind of monopoly stuff?
There's a Google case. that's going to come up. There's an Amazon case that's going to come up eventually. The Google case is about buying buying the search engine in to be the default search engine for things like Apple phones. The Amazon case is going to be about how they treat third-party vendors.
Oh,
Ooh, that one should be promising.
What else have I seen? Those are pretty good. Listen,
Yeah.
so there's a significant argument to be made that one of the strongest causes of our inflation is our inability to regulate monopolies, our inability to preserve the competitive nature of our markets. Like there's a real argument to be made there. So, and we've let monopolies run rampant
Walmart.
since the late 70s. Yeah. There's like, people are getting tired of it. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. People are getting tired of it, and they know that it's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But these are also the things I wish they were talking about in the election, rather than like who's eating cats and fucking what people's abortion rate should
They're
be.
eating cats and dogs.
So silly.
Listen, both aren't that bad.
I mean, I'll take your word
I don't
for
know
it.
how to talk to him sometimes. I really don't.
We used to go to a Chinese restaurant that was just off of campus in high school that was in fact shut down for, cats.
What the?
Then you actually know what it tastes like.
So, but they claimed that it was just for their personal consumption. Yeah.
Cat bacon is not that bad. That's what Christian said.
First of all,
That's gonna be
I
a
don't.
fat
I don't
cat.
think that applies. Because then you could just say like long pork is for your personal consumption too, and I don't think.
No, they were still shut down.
Oh, okay.
But to avoid civil claims from the people that had eaten that restaurant over the last year, they said that they were just using it for personal consumption.
I find it interesting because they treat cats and dogs like cattle, like we treat cattle. We raise them to be eaten, and that's what they do in their countries. So I mean, the fact that we kind of don't allow it is, what's the word I'm looking for?
I think here it probably has to do with regulations,
Yeah, probably.
right? I mean, I don't think the FDA wants to regulate cat and dog meat.
But you could hunt wolf and eat that. Essentially dog.
Right.
And
You can't-
you can hunt mountain lion.
I don't think you can hunt wolf. I think you can kill wolves if they are identified as a nuisance to your cattle.
I thought they had tags for it now.
I'd
have to look it up again.
maybe in Idaho. Montana's not doing it. Wyoming's not doing it. Oregon's not doing it. California's definitely not doing
Well,
it.
yeah. But I mean, even then, you can hunt mountain lion too, and that's
Yeah,
definitely.
but you've been able to hunt mountain lion, but mountain lion is a invasive species at this point.
He's a big cat, though. This is what I'm saying. It's cat.
It's a big cat.
Yeah, just throw a box out there.
That's right. I guarantee.
That's how you bait a mountain lion.
Don't give up the
Did
secrets.
you just put a cardboard box outside our blind? Yes, I did.
I want you to know we're going
Look.
to try that now.
Hunters put Jägermeister out for deer. I think a box for cat is perfectly fine. If I ran a safari,
Technically, putting Jaeger out for deer is illegal.
Well, yeah, it's called
allegedly.
baiting.
It's called baiting.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Are you saying that putting a box out is baiting cats? Is that
You'd be hard pressed to prove that one. But, like putting catnip out for cats?
Yeah,
Yes.
like, I just pulled the
Cardboard
tent.
box.
what's your argument?
I,
If it
I pulled
fits
the
its-
blind out of this. It was a collapsible blind. That's what came out of the box.
Legit, if I was in Africa and running like big cat hunting expeditions, that would be the tool. It's like, all right, boys, we're gonna put this box out. Just wait for it.
I want to know if it
Is
works.
that lion sitting in a box?
We're gonna toss a ball of yarn out too. See what happens.
Big
No,
ass
no, no.
ball.
Here's because listen, it's got to be available in a pinch, right? The secret weapon is a laser pointer.
Ooh, yeah.
A laser pointer on a drone.
Once cats,
Oh man.
the problem is once cats figure out it's a laser pointer, they lose interest or they get pissed off at you and try to swat at you.
I just want to see a big lion in the wilderness just sitting in a box, and you're like, can we shoot it? I don't know if that's allowed.
Well, it's just packaging itself at that point.
He's just so calm in the box. This doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
Not for a while.
I did see a video of a fucking rhino charging a semi truck, and that was pretty impressive.
Who won?
Honestly, it's kind of a tie. Because he fucked up the semi truck.
Isn't the problem with rhinos that their vision is terrible?
Yes.
Yes.
And they just went after, like, clearly it was just going after something moving.
Like hippos have no excuse.
No.
Rhinos are just blind as shit.
Blind.
Yeah.
Although I like that elephants in certain countries have learned that road construction is the ample time to rip off fruit trucks. And so, like, they'll wait for, like, a banana truck to, like, park and get stuck, like, waiting for the dude to put the sign over, and they just come out and they start raiding the fucking truck. And you're like, what?
You can't be mad at that, though.
You
That's a
can't.
fucking
You're like,
intelligent animal.
That's amazing. Elephants are so smart.
Is that elephant? Yep.
What do we
Wait.
do? Nothing.
Nothing.
That's gonna hurt me
You know,
if I
that's
go
the
out
one
there.
I'm kind of surprised more people haven't tried to import.
Elephants?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems like
Do you know how hard that is?
a baby elephant market would be genius.
That's still a
Like,
lot to have to deal
Florida
with.
man buys baby elephant on black market.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
probably
you
a
can't
thing.
hide it.
You can't for a little while.
It's like a 3,000-pound
It's
animal.
the size of a sedan.
Eventually, it would get kind of big, and you'd have to be like, I found it.
It just walked up to my porch one day.
It
And
followed me home.
then you just, how do you keep feeding it as well?
I don't know. What do elephants eat?
Bananas,
Fruit and
apparently.
stuff? Yeah, I feel like Florida has
Casey,
plenty of
you need to
oranges.
open a petting zoo, is what Christian said.
I would.
Yeah, they'd all be dangerous.
I think yes. I think a dangerous, extreme petting zoo. You know, pet at your own risk.
We should do that in reopen SeaWorld with sharks in it. You can go pet those.
Yeah, Predator World.
Is this
Predator
safe?
World.
Yeah, no,
No.
totally safe.
No.
Trust me, I'm a professor.
Predator World doesn't sound appealing. let me retract that. It sounds like a wrong kind of place in America.
Listen, if you'll have two types there.
Man.
But
Do you guys ever watch Unsubscribe?
yeah,
yes.
One of the newest ones. They have the dad from the dad and son combination on TikTok, where they're like, it started out as they were honestly trying to cook stuff, and now they just make fun of each other with food in front of them.
Yes.
And he's, like, they're doing sushi, and the kid shows up in like a geisha, and the dad's like, "Are you wearing a geisha? Like, you bring terrible dishonor to our family." Like, they had anyway. So they had the dad on, maybe the most edited unsubscribed podcast I've ever seen.
he's probably extremely unfiltered. That's probably
man.
why.
I love that.
We gotta look that one up.
I'm really confused right now.
Why?
The Grand Tour is on ABC.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the actual Grand Tour?
It's an episode of the Grand Tour. I just looked over and saw freaking Hammond in a car, and I'm
So
like,
it's-
what the fuck?
So we went from Jeopardy to Wheel of Fortune
Dude,
to Grand Tour.
ABC is popping off for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
That's right.
It's confused me. I was like, are we watching TV?
Oh, dude, I saw someone, I could swear. I only saw it for a second because it pulled out as I was going past to go the opposite direction. Dude, I swear to God, I thought I saw a fucking Aventador with a tough lining spray job.
That'd be my car.
I mean,
It's super
That's-
tough Aventador now.
that's genius.
I could swear that's what it was. It was like, I was trying to like, what the fuck?
Do I need to turn around?
That's genius. Fucking rhino-lined Aventador. Yeah.
I saw the truck that I wanted. It's a 1955 Chevy Apache. It was well done.
Yeah?
Blacked out, everything chrome. It was so good looking. I'm like, I want that.
Clean.
It It was super clean. The inside was done clean. It was nice.
You know, the only pickup truck I've ever actually really wanted was, well, one, I'd like a Toyota Hilux.
Like an
the
actual
Helix.
diesel
Yeah,
Hilux.
like diesel Hilux, like legit. But I also I want that truck from the Expendables
Oh yeah, that's
that
a
Stallone drives.
it's a Ford. It's
Yeah, Ford bulletproof, blacked out matte
Yeah.
paint job. I think that thing's nice.
well, that's what I want to do to the '55 Chevy Apache.
there you go. That'd be sweet.
Dude, so completely like didn't even think about it. So I had to go up for one last day to the mountain this week for cleaning. Like we have to break down the restaurant.
Oh yeah,
And there had been a couple of construction zones all summer. Apparently, fall construction season started in Tahoe today. I hit 6.
Ooh.
well they have to be finished by what, November 1st?
No. Well,
October 15th.
Yeah, October
October
15th. You
15th?
can't dig
But you could do all.
Or lay concrete.
or lay concrete. Yeah.
So any road construction is October 15th.
yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's not going to be for long then.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to be back up there, but maybe 1 or 2 days a week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The restaurant's done until November.
Yeah. We get the construction guys from the rec center project on Thursdays. They come in to watch football, and they were talking about pretty much now it's like batting down some final projects for them until the snow melts because they can't do any work.
I didn't realize that was going to be the new convention or the new rec center.
Yeah, it's like a whole big thing. It's ice rink.
It's that
rec
campground
center.
they just tore it apart.
Yeah, I was like,
Is
whoa.
that the campground over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a campground anymore. It's gone.
Are they going to tear down the old rec center?
I think so. I think the rec center gets turned back into like
Fields and stuff?
field and
Yeah.
just land once they finish. And I think the other ice rink's going away too,
Probably.
which I was surprising. It's not.
It's
really
2
an old
stories. It
building.
looks like a nice building.
It's big. It's really big. So I was like, wow, they're doing some work.
I mean, they already have water set up and everything out there. They had, because that campground had showers and everything.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't realize that campground went away. I was like, oh shit,
I
that was
never,
a nice
I
campground.
never really liked that one because you had to cross the street to get to the lake, and it always bothered me because sometimes people are speeding through.
I'm going to
there.
have a hard time camping in the middle of a city anyway.
Yeah,
Never really felt like camping to me.
It's not.
exactly.
It's not camping. It's bring your own hotel room.
We went once with my mom and dad when we were in high school, and I didn't care for it.
I mean, the closest thing to camping to South Lake Tahoe is probably Fall and Leaf.
Or you do the backpacking out there.
No, I mean, like if you're trying to camp, but,
Yeah.
like Fall and Leaf feels like real camping because you're far enough away from everything.
Oh, yeah, or the top of Emerald Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. I like Hope Valley.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like real camping.
That's real
Yeah.
camping, yeah.
And it's really cold.
I went out there for the one day for the the meteor shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drove out
I
there.
fucking forgot that it gets that cold. I was like, it's summer. It'll be fine.
No.
I'm out there at like midnight. It's 37
Well,
degrees. I was like, holy shit, I
Well,
should have
dude,
brought a
You got to
jacket.
remember how open it is.
Camping
too.
up at Blue Lakes in the summer.
Oh yeah, that gets cold.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
I always remember to bring a sweater and sweats.
Well, we used to go we used to go for Memorial Day. We used to go out there and camp. And I've been out there a couple times when you're like, oh, okay, it's not so bad. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, there's 3 inches of snow and I left my shoes outside. Son of a bitch.
Or you wake up and your chest hurts. It's so cold.
yeah. You're like, "Ugh."
I wasn't ready for this.
Why?
I enjoy the cold. I never have an issue with it.
There's cold and then there's that level of cold.
I've been extremely cold.
I mean, I don't mind the cold if I'm prepared for it.
Fair.
I've done a couple of camping trips where we weren't prepared for it, and that's just painful.
Like that one your dad took you on when you were a kid. Didn't you go like camping in the snow?
Snow camp. We were prepared for snow camping though. That wasn't
Okay.
that bad. Honestly, the coldest I've ever been camping was on the coast.
Yeah,
like
when-
on the ocean.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
'cause
beach camping?
Yeah,
air
yeah.
off
It
the
dropped to
water.
like 42, and like the fog moved in.
So everything was
Dude,
wet.
you just felt damp and cold. It was obnoxious.
Good.
And we were out there in like t-shirts and shorts. Like it'll be fine. It was not fine.
You're because you're at the beach.
Yeah.
It's good. It's the beach. It's fine.
Uh-oh.
It's so cold or you have to pee on your friend. Christian would go there.
So
Kristen's just on it tonight.
He's what are you drinking? That Booker's getting you going.
How much of that Booker's have you drinking?
He's like, I'm feeling saucy.
Oh my God. We need to get the Brotherhood to move the men's night to Monday.
Facts.
Why does it fall on Wednesday? Is it just because they all have the time off?
I honestly don't know. I sometimes there's a Sunday event. So like it's like Sunday get together, but it's traditionally just been Wednesday. I think Wednesday just works out for most of the guys
Fair.
for some reason.
Except for the last couple weeks.
When are they going to come up and take over the podcast?
I gotta ask James. Hopefully soon.
Oh, I found a tequila down there that comes from the Rare Character guys. It was pretty good.
A
Yeah?
rare
Yeah.
character.
Every time I see
Yeah.
it, every time I see it down there, I'm tempted to buy one of those Fortaleza still strengths from him. I want to try
Okay.
it.
Oh, does he still have one of those?
He got 2 cases, 2.5 cases.
I bet
I'm always tempted to buy it. It's just, dude, it's $129 is so steep for that.
that's good.
But every time I see it, I'm tempted.
I mean, if your name was Kevin, you might get the Kevin deal. Or if you go in there regularly like I do.
Plus, he's got a lot of it. I would go in there more often if I lived down there.
Yeah, I probably go in once or twice a week. Every once in a while, I'll skip a week, but
Oh no, I feel like you're down there pretty often just to hang
See
out with your
Dad.
dad. So.
Yeah, but usually we meet in Carson.
Oh, okay. Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you like went there.
No.
I think they golf out in Carson more often.
We go like once, call it like once every 2.5 weeks. We'll end up at Minden Meat for lunch
Oh, okay.
because it's a smaller lunch, which is nice.
Oh, I got you.
It's better than going to like Great Basin because Great Basin you're gonna get a mountain of food.
Yeah.
And they don't like the one in Gardnerville, so
No, the Great Basin in Gardnerville's fucking terrible.
disappointing.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, it's just not any good.
You're not wrong. I go to Minden Meat and Deli because their Philly's on point and I like it. I've had everything on their meal, but I always go back to the Philly.
I haven't tried the Philly. I should get that next time.
Casey had it,
Yeah, he shared that. It was really good.
even though
it was tasty.
It had to be re-warmed up.
Did
Wasn't too bad.
It held up being
Yeah.
reheated, which
Okay.
which was kind of nice.
I like putting mustard on it.
Anyway,
Yeah, what?
yeah,
Mustard goes on a sandwich. Goes well with that Philly.
False.
mustard goes on a lot of things.
Exactly.
Not a
Does
Philly.
not go on a Philly.
Actually, it does.
No, false.
It works.
Entire.
I will.
Let me ask you: have you tried?
I
it?
will reach out to someone from Philly and ask them.
Go ahead.
And they will show up here and beat your ass.
God, I hope they do. Because guess what? They're not going to win that one.
Well, we just asked Gerald.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have Gerald make one. Prove me wrong.
Oh, you weren't here when I got those sandwiches from Philadelphia. They were pretty good, actually.
I bet they were. You didn't even save me any.
If
son of
I'm
a bitch.
honest, it was just a sandwich. It really wasn't special.
Brave words. Gerald watches this.
You heard that, Gerald. Go for it.
It was good, but it also was, like 2 days old because it was on a plane. So I imagine fresh, it's probably really good. Now I need to try New York bagels. I need someone to steal me a New York bagel and bring me that. I'm told those are the best.
I'm trying to get my buddy Sturdy to come out. So if he does, we'll see.
Because that's, admittedly, it's a joke from Northern Exposure. Because the guy, he's from New York, and he's like, oh, he flew in like a whole FedEx package full of bagels. He's like, these are the best bagels you ever had. But it turns out, apparently, they do make really good bagels because of the water. I'm like, I gotta try one of these.
Well, same thing
bagels.
with Philly.
Yeah,
Same water.
Same water, right?
Yeah. Same aquifer. What are we at? I feel like we're tailing off into nowhere.
We are. We're 118.
Oh, that's not bad. We're doing good.
We can fill in another.
We fill in good.
We didn't do too bad.
You know what I had to Google
Yep.
a couple days ago?
What's that?
I feel really. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the class. I didn't understand why Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
I like couldn't couldn't remember the reason.
Did you find the reason?
I mean, it's because they were trying to branch out for resources, and their idea was that if you attacked us, then the Pacific would be open and we would have to recover from that so they had time to get the resources they wanted.
Yeah, we get
Or
angry.
also time to reach out to where they had defensible
Like
area.
like a foothold, right?
Yeah, like outside of Japan, so they could protect in advance of Japan.
I mean, at
Yeah.
one point, didn't they occupy part of the islands?
What islands?
The Hawaii.
No.
Because, I mean, there is a lot of Japanese mixture there.
There's a
too.
lot of Japanese ancestry there.
Yeah.
I don't think at any point, I think it was its own
I know it was still-
country. Ish. Like it,
For a
like
while
No
there,
one,
yeah.
I don't know if it was ever its own country, like recognized country, but I don't feel like any other country ever had hold on it
I don't know.
until-
I don't think until
until
we.
we
until
did.
we annexed it.
Okay.
But yeah, I just couldn't remember that was like. I was like, oh, why did they?
What made you look that up?
I don't
Random
know.
thought,
I just
or
it
you
was
watching
just
a
yeah, it was
video?
just I think it was just randomly like why did they like what was the reason? Like
Well-
they were so far removed from Europe, and then all of a sudden they were like, we're gonna join the Axis, and I was like, why did they?
I thought they were more of a distraction.
No, it was just because they needed the oil, they needed resources.
Well, I also think at the time, they saw us as standing behind China.
oh, okay, and they were doing
They've had many wars with China.
yeah, it's just I don't know. It just struck me as a random thought, and I was like, why did like I couldn't remember why it happened. Like I was like, why did it?
Well, there's an argument made by some people who, whatever. But they will say that the reason Japan surrendered is not because we dropped the atomic bomb, false,
Not one, but two.
but because Russia was moving in to attack some of their footholds on the mainland
Oh,
in Manchuria.
really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they managed to take some of the islands that they.
Now, I was always a broad strokes history guy. Like, I'm interested in, the economics of things, not so much the social history
Right.
or the war history.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing I think what made me think about it was like because today resources are traded so easily,
Yeah, that's going away.
but like I mean like in today's
You realize the
aspect.
whole reason that happens is because we bought globalization.
yes, I realize that it's because we now fund. Ironically, we now fund all of the like we're really the deterrent for the world is because we're like nah, just send them oil, okay.
Well,
Then
not
they
even
have
that.
no
Like
reason to go
we,
somewhere.
so when we realized Russia was going to go the direction they went, full kook, we started buying allegiances because before that, to be a world power, you had to have resources and people and food,
Yeah.
right? You had to be able to create industry on your own.
And we were
Yeah.
struggling at that point.
And then once we were protecting the global oceans, all you needed was one, and you could trade for the rest.
Okay.
But now that we're all no longer protecting the global oceans,
Yeah.
because we're like, yeah, we're kind of tired of that job.
Yeah.
That's boring.
We just
We
like,
retire.
We just send
Let's
it.
just
like-
protect our own.
I feel like we just send it to them. Someone's like,
We're not
"Oh,
doing that even anymore.
We're not.
No, we're pulling out of everything.
Perfect. So it could come back.
We've had like the 4 most populist presidents or nationalist presidents ever in succession.
Interesting. I don't know. Like I said, it was just a random thought that occurred to me, and I was like, "Oh, I should look that up."
Curious.
Yeah, because I think because I saw that video of the guy, he's like kind of making a joke like how the miscommunication between the emperor and the guys, and I was like, and at one point he's like, "Why would you send the whole fleet with all of our oil resources to do this one act when we couldn't even afford it in the first place?"
Well, they also thought because our Pacific fleet was so concentrated, they thought that they could disable our Navy.
Right.
It didn't work out that way.
No.
That's right. They thought wrong.
Which,
Don't touch our
Which
boats.
does lead us back to don't touch our boats.
I mean, it's really not like this country is in a position where for 70 years it's been able to do whatever it wants.
Yeah, and we can continue to do it.
We have a massive population. We have resource wealth that blows everyone else away.
Aren't we just using everybody else's resources before we use up all our own?
Now we are.
Yeah,
now-
But at the time we weren't.
Fair.
Interesting. What a random thought.
I mean, the war effort in World War II, like the amount of industry that we converted in a period of 2.5 years to produce arms. Like we blew every estimate out of the water by 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
We did make a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we still use a lot of those things too.
And then we kept going. They're talking about China's supersonic missile.
Yeah.
That we have no evidence they've ever tested, but they say that they have.
It's fine.
But like no one's ever picked it up. No one's ever seen any evidence of it.
I don't think we care enough.
So ours apparently is so advanced that we don't even sight it. Like it checks itself. Like it goes out. It's a 2-stage rocket.
Okay.
It goes out, separates, takes a picture of the target, verifies it with the body with another independent picture, and if they match up, it just goes on its own and takes whatever it is out.
Wow. We've moved on to arms being the set it and forget it.
Our arms are literally taking selfies.
It's like before and after. It's like, we got it. It's amazing.
I just don't get that. Like, I have people, they're like, James was like, wow, China's got a supersonic missile. Like, do you really think we don't?
Right?
I mean, we've probably had it for a while.
Like,
We
we
just keep
spend
improving
so
it.
much money on defense R&D.
I think that is really like a group of people sitting in a room going, you know what would be cool? And then someone goes, we already do that.
Yeah.
And then everyone else in the room just kind of turns and looks at that person and goes, we do? Someone goes, yeah, I can't talk about it, but we do that.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, what about this? And they go, yeah, we do that too. What don't we do? Well, you asked a question, then we'll learn how to do it.
We don't sit on the sidelines that well.
No,
This is what we don't do.
we legitimately are playing chess with ourselves. I think
Yes.
is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
notion.
Christian agrees with me. The Japanese never owned Hawaii ever. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, that was on the unsub thing. They were talking about that, and the dude's like, "The laser light travels at the speed of light. You don't think we can fucking see that?"
Who said supersonic was faster than speed of light? I didn't say that, did
I
I?
don't think I
No,
said
the guy on the unsub.
Oh, yeah.
They were having an argument about the missile, and he's like, "Well, it's supersonic, though." And he goes, "Yeah, laser guidance is the speed of light.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
think we can't see any of those? We'll take that shit out quick. It's the speed of light."
Hypersonic. That's what they are. Hypersonic missiles.
Still missed by 100
Mach
miles.
5 or better. Apparently, Japan's will do Mach 8, they think, in theory.
I'm pretty sure ours will go faster than that. We just aren't
Yeah,
saying it.
what you don't know is we have the fucking scramjet version that just clicks it into fucking Mach 10.
The fucking,
Still waiting on the Space Force ship.
the SR-72 Blackbird,
Yeah, the SR-72.
the Dark Star.
He was saying, I was just referring to the way you defeat a supersonic missile.
Yes, with lasers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Easy.
Lasers.
As long as it doesn't miss by 100 miles.
138 miles. Could have missed by 100 miles, and it still would have missed by 38 miles. But anyway, what are we doing here?
We're at 128
With or without the 15?
without.
Oh, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
All right.
I'm good.
See, we filled in the time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Christian, thanks for checking us out on a Monday. Appreciate it, man. I didn't send out your coin, but I will. They turned out really good.
They are cool.
You know, to anyone else that happens to stumble upon this on the interweb, made it this far, thanks for watching. And do YouTube things.
YouTube.
YouTube.
We'll see you next
things.
time.